intimidating, if you ask me. So they're blocking out the cells so that they can't do their jobs. So what does that mean? That means that our platelet can't keep your blood from clotting. So some of you might know that one of the first symptoms of someone who has leukemia is that they get a lot of bruises, and they bruise really easily, and they're not just little, big, scary bruises. And that's because the blood is not clotting. Randy can't do his job. He can't give you energy. He's not getting oxygen all to your body, which is why Mason was so tired and just wanted to lay in bed and cry. Wayne, the white blood cell, can't do his job, which means that you get infections, and they stay for a long time. So one thing that's really hard for kids who have a blood cancer is that they have to stay at home for their whole treatment. And boys usually have to be treated for 3 years, and girls have to be treated for 2 years. Okay, guys, let's stay quiet. But that's a really long time if you think about not being able to go to school, not being able to play with other kids, because you can't risk getting any kind of germs or infection. That would be really hard, don't you think? Okay, luckily, we have a solution, and it's a treatment called chemotherapy. So I need one more, and we're gonna go from the back. How about that bright, bright blue shirt? You guys are gonna have to be patient for just 1 minute while we come up with a solution to kill these cancer cells. Treatment is called chemotherapy. So can everybody welcome Captain Chemo? Come out, Captain Chemo. And let's see. Yeah, that was a good superhero move. Can you do one more? Okay. So Captain Chemo is now ready to go in and do his job, which is to target the bad cancer cells and get rid of them so the good cells can go back to working hard and doing their job. So Captain Chemo, can you hit the green balls out of the cancer cell's hand? And now cancer cells, yeah. And now cancer cells, sit down where you are. Cancer cells, sit down in your spot. No, good cell, you stay up. Okay, so now the good cells can do their job again. So let's all give Captain Chemo a round of applause. Thank you guys so much, and you can put your cells back over here and goes back to your seats. So now hopefully you have a little bit better idea. Thank you so much, Captain Hugh. You did a great job. Oh, my name. So, now we have to talk about what you guys can do to help. And one thing that I want to tell you is how important it is for you to help. Because, does anyone have an idea of how long we've been sitting here so far? I guess. 5 minutes, probably a little bit longer than that. Let's say it's 12 minutes. So, listen you guys. So, every 4 minutes, someone in the United States is diagnosed with a blood cancer. So since we've been in this room, how many people have found out that they have blood cancer? 3, that's right. So that's a lot of people that need your help. And how are you going to do it? Well, just like the name of the name of the project is Pennies for Patients, because you guys are going to be collecting spare change from around your house or maybe your car and bringing it into school. I think maybe you've each gotten one of these boxes. Is that? Okay. Well, don't worry. There's one for everybody, and your teachers will give them to you later today if you haven't already gotten them. And you're going to bring that. So you're going to take that home and find spare change and put your pennies and quarters, nickels and dimes in there. Then you're going to bring it into your classroom and put it in here. And you might think, well, pennies and nickels, is there really that much money to find? Well, the US government, the US Mint actually, which is the part of our government which makes dollar bills and makes coins, and they kind of keep track of where that money is. And they think, it's an estimation, but probably pretty close, that there's $13 billion of spare change flying around the United States. Isn't that crazy? It's a lot of money that's just not in people's bank accounts, not in people's wallets, just laying around, which is pretty crazy. So you guys are gonna bring your change in, and again, it's just pennies and nickels, and it might not feel like a lot, but it does a lot of good, because when students like you bring all that change in from all over the United States, that ends up being millions of dollars each year, which really helps. And how does it help? Well, first of all, you're gonna send it to my organization, and it does 3 important things with your money. The first one is that it provides patient aid, which means 2 things. First of all, when people like Mason get a blood cancer and they're really scared and they don't really know what to do or what kind of questions to ask their doctor, they can call our office and talk to someone who will give them information about their disease, ideas about treatment,